Okay, so we only want a few sections from these two pages. We want the title, we want converting to scientific notation, the scientific notation in standard form, and the small box that is the question. And this is how you're going to glue it in your notebook. Left side, right side. So we're going to start with talking about converting to scientific notation, because that's mainly what you're going to be doing, is going from standard form to scientific notation. So for numbers bigger than 1, you're going to move your decimal. You want the number to be between greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. And so in this case, that would be 4.25 would be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So we've moved the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places to the left. Okay. So what we started with was this large number. And now what we have is 4.25. For scientific notation, we multiply that by a power of 10 to whatever exponent is the number of places that we moved our decimal, so to the 8th. So our scientific notation would be 4.25 times 10 to the 8th power. Now we do the same thing with small numbers, but we still want that initial number to be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So that would be 3.2. So we move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to the right. So we started with that small number, and now what we have is 3.2 times our power of 10, and this is a 6, but because this is a very small number, we make it a negative exponent. Okay, so our scientific notation is 3.2 times 10 to the negative 6th power. So now on your other page, we are going to do some steps. So I'm going to pause it and write out these steps, and then I will read through them. Okay, so step 1, you're going to move the decimal until the number is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So pause the video, write that down, and then come back and we'll do that step. Okay, so in this case, my decimal is here, and I want my decimal to be where the number will be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10, so I want that right here. So we're going to move that 1, 2, 3, 4 places. Step 2 says count the number of places you move the decimal. This is your exponent. Pause the video, write that down, come back and we'll do that step. We moved the decimal 4 places to the right. And if we go back, when we moved to the right, that made our exponent negative. Okay, so 4 places to the right. Step 3 says multiply the decimal by the power of 10. Pause the video, write that down, and then we'll continue. So when you multiply the decimal by the power of 10, your decimal is now 5.78 times 10 to the 4th power, but because we moved it to the right, this power is negative. You can remember that if it's a small number, it's a negative exponent. If it's a large number, it's going to be a positive exponent. If the number greater than 1, positive. If it's a number less than 1, it's going to be negative. So go ahead and do the second one on your own, and then we're going to talk about going the other direction from scientific notation to standard form. Okay, so going the opposite direction, you're going to move the decimal the number of places indicated by the exponent. So here our exponent is -4, so we're going to move the decimal 4 places. So here's my decimal, but in order to move the decimal 4 places, you have to look at step 2. So pause the video, write down these steps. So step 2 says if the exponent's negative, you're going to move left. If the exponent's positive, you're going to move right. This exponent is negative, and remember, a negative exponent meant a small number, a number less than 1. So we're going to move this decimal 4 places to the left, and all these empty spots are going to get zeros. Okay, so 0, 0, 0. Understand we don't have 4 zeros. We moved it 4 places and added zeros where there were blanks. So to rewrite that number now, we're going to have decimal 1, 2, 3 zeros, then our 9, 5, 4. 6. We do not put the power of 10 back on there. The 0 in front of the decimal is optional. So 3 places plus the 9 gave us our -4. So you do this one yourself, and then answer this question: what is scientific notation in your own words, and give an example of a number in scientific notation.